They've been cracking for about 3 years.
Some nice roots. Hey friends, you're watching BrainStormAcres. I'm Henry.
And I'm Irene.
Today we're out in the garden right next to the greenhouse. We're going to be taking apart these sweet potatoes to see if we got any.
Right, we realized that I had planned to harvest this about a month ago, and the last month has just been chaos. And we realized that this was past its best of use die date, so we needed to go harvest it and see if we got anything out of this. The soil in this turned out not to be great, but we'll see. Anything's better than nothing. So we know what we got last year, and it wasn't a lot, so seeing if we can perfect our technique a little bit. So far I'm seeing the same problem we had last year. Ah, that's not bad. They're not giant, but they're edible.
We'll be eating them in the next couple of days.
Yeah. They're just little ones. We had a hard time because our temperatures here were up over 100 degrees for days on end during parts of the summer here. We had trouble keeping this watered enough. The potatoes that we were growing, the white potatoes that we were growing in the other buckets, were basically a fail. And we think it was just too hot, that there was nothing we could do to keep everything so that it was not just staying alive, but actually producing. Yeah, we got some itty bitties. Yeah, this soil is, it's basically, it was compost that we bought. And of course, we've since seen several people talk about the fact that you should never plant in compost. It's not something that we would have normally chosen to do, but it was what we could get at the time. So, because as many places in the United States, we had trouble getting any kind of soil or anything this summer. So we used what we could get, which was compost, and it was obviously a bad choice. The plants look nice, but we basically got nothing out of it except for exercise. There's a small ant's nest in here, but that's about it. Yep.
I think that's it.
That's it. Well, that was a waste of time.
I don't think so. I think it's just a matter of next year not having such a water problem, not having so much heat problem.
Yeah, we have a new water company in town we are thrilled to announce. And we've tried them twice so far. And in both instances, they were able to deliver within 24 hours. When they said they'd be here, they were here. And my impression is if something were to happen, we'd get a call right away. Unlike the other one who was just kind of leaving us hanging, wondering what's happening. So, yeah, that was, in terms of producing sweet potatoes, that was a fail. Well, should we go to the garden and see what's going on over there?
I think we need to go find out if the deer ate everything else while we were gone.
Well, we know, I saw this morning that they had eaten the tops off of one of the containers of sweet potatoes that we have in the garden. And we were really hoping they wouldn't do that, because these were planted as slips April 8th. And what we got is not even a single serving of sweet potatoes. This is what we got for all that time. The ones in the yard we were hoping to let go until just before frost, because they were planted June 27th. But since the deer are now eating them, we don't have that option. These plants were very happy, but I see a sweet potato.
Well, that's better.
Well, that's nice. Woohoo! Well, that beats the heck out of the other one.
He needs to dig down relatively low.
Yeah, I think the soil in the other one may have been too shallow too. Because the ones that were starting to form, that hadn't formed yet, I can see there's another one in there. These were planted June 27th. And pin. We hadn't planned to harvest them this early, but the deer completely ripped off all the vegetation this overnight. And we know that once the tops have been ripped off, if they come back, they're basically taking stuff out of the roots, which is definitely not what we want them to do. Oh, nice. Wow. Bestest ever. Well, maybe it's just as well that we're digging them now. Yeah, I would say that if these hadn't been demolished by the deer last night, we probably would have gotten more out of them, because they have more young ones down at the bottom. But this is a massive improvement over the other one.
I'll pick this up, make it easier for you.
Yeah, now it can be probably dumped. Yeah, these were on regular irrigation, so these got irrigated the same as any other vegetable in the garden would this year. And they always tell you they don't want wet feet or anything, but they're a tropical plant. They also don't want to be dried out, and I think that was the big problem. The soil was not great. Whoa! The soil was not great in the other one. This had better soil, but look at that mat of roots. We got a pretty decent batch of sweet potatoes out of this, especially since it wasn't due to be harvested yet. As I said, these were planted June 27th, so we're a little short of 3 months.
This is what came out of this bucket right here.
Yeah, that's what came out of just this bucket, and that's what came out of the bucket by the greenhouse.
That actually been in the ground a lot longer.
Oh, they've been in there. They've been in the ground since April 18th. April 18th or 8th? 8th. April 8th. We did one batch that was pieces that we tore off and had rooted in water from a sweet potato. And then we did another batch where it actually had like just literally been broken off. So that batch over there is just sprouts. In other words, they were just literally pieces that we broke off the sweet potato without bothering to root them. This batch we had bothered to root before we planted them out here. Well, that's not a disaster. We'll take it.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, because we're still going to be doing more things with these crazy deer. We've gone out and spent some time today to pick up some deer repellent.
Right.
Don't know if it's going to work. It's not worked for me before in the past, but we'll give it a try here. It can't hurt anything.
No, it won't hurt anything. It's not toxic or anything.
And one of the big problems here is that there are no special provisions for getting rid of an animal that's been eating your garden.
Right, right. In a lot of other states, we had friends tell us that, you know, they could get special permits to shoot a deer or call a game warden and they'd come take care of it or something.
In any case, thanks for watching. We'll talk with you later.
Bye.